essentially how I feel about life. Full of loneliness and misery and suffering and unhappiness, and it's all over much too quickly. The question is, have I learned anything about life?
And we are live. How are you all doing, peoples? And Lewis, how are you?
Oh, doing pretty good.
Good to hear,
Learned.
sir.
Yeah. Just learned that my Wi-Fi is faster than my wired in that one case.
I don't know about you, Lewis, but I have been enjoying the splendid retreats of Lake Titicaca, purifying myself in the bath waters there. I just spit on my screen. I said that.
Good old like TD Kaka.
So for today's show, we have a wide gambit, again, heavy on the entertainment side, mainly because we did not finish much of the entertainment stuff last week, but we also have a slew of technology news. So Lewis.
Oh, am I going first?
Well, do you want to go first? I mean, I can always open with the Fuchsia.
Yeah, let's open with the Fuchsia. Yeah.
So do you know what Google Fuchsia is?
I don't think anyone does.
That is actually a very true statement, sir. Very true statement. So, according to our good friends over at Android Authority, who basically got a scoop and looked into Google Fuchsia, which was pushed to GitHub by Google a few days ago, and they actually did the favor of compiling it for us. Essentially, though, it is a new operating system by Google, and what is very, very interesting, as good dear Holmes would say to his dear said Watson, is there's no C compilers or Java, just Dart.
What is Dart?
So Dart is a general purpose programming language made by the Goog to develop web apps, servers, mobile apps, basically everything targeting the IoT, which for those who do not know stands for the Internet of Thingies. Actually, it's things, but I go with thingies.
So it just sounds like they're trying to milk that then. Milk their language. Make use of it.
See, that's the interesting part. I don't know what they're going to use it for, mainly because a lot of people are saying, oh, they're going to replace Android. I don't really think that's true. Well, are they going to replace Chrome OS? I kind of highly doubt that as well. Or maybe they're just making a new platform for a new series of devices. That's what I think is going to happen.
It's like new tablets, new this, new that.
Yeah, so you might have Android or and then Android Fuchsia or something. I don't know, but I just can't see them removing Android for way of Fuchsia, or at least anytime soon. Maybe 5 years from now, probably, maybe.
All the apps that have to be redeveloped.
Exactly, which is, I mean, dude, when they upgrade Android versions, that already puts a giant dip.
Exactly.
But I mean,
so, yeah,
in retrospect, it wouldn't be unheard of for them to do this. Like, let's say they do replace Android with Fuchsia, and they break all apps and all their entire mobile platform system. But would it create a more stable ecosystem for them and developers moving forward? That's the real question. You know?
Yeah, like how much better is Dart? Like, is there speed improvements? Is there security improvements? Like, what does Fuchsia have to offer? I guess we won't really know until Google makes an announcement themselves.
Yeah. And business-wise, you have to ask, not we, but they have to ask themselves, is the possible public fallout of them removing Android for way of Fuchsia good from a business perspective because you have your typical users who are going to be like, "What the hell is this? I don't have any working apps anymore. I'm going to go to Apple and iOS or Microsoft or something." So I just think it's really unlikely that they're replacing Android.
Right.
But yeah.
Let's see what it is, though.
Yeah.
Yes.
Speaking of replacing things, though, which has nothing to do with a segue because it's not related whatsoever. What the hell happened to Reddit on Thursday, dude?
No idea. So I did a bit of research, and according to them, it was like a migration issue. Uh, I linked a post in the notes, which I'll probably put in after the show. Uh, Basically, this domino fell, that domino fell, this domino fell, and someone forgot to catch the last domino, and that last domino was the Reddit website.
Oh.
And so, yeah, they said they didn't get hacked. It was just an issue because I think they're migrating some services to Amazon. And yeah, shit hit the fan, and then they were down for basically an hour.
Which in internet time is like 5 years, so
Right, and so like since like that's when their servers got shut down within like 16 minutes, and they couldn't really stop it because like the app manager was like, "Shut down, all right, shut down, shutting down."
It's like the newspaper presses. Stop the presses, and like everything just gets scattered and blown up, and it's like, you know how expensive it is to stop the presses.
So, yeah, that's basically what happened.
I find it interesting, not from the technical standpoint of them having issues with their services during the move or the transition or anything, but I would like to have seen other social platforms and their data for trafficking or for traffic. Because in that 1 hour that Reddit was down, I'm wondering, did Tumblr see like a massive increase? Did Imgur or Imgur, how you want to pronounce it, see a massive increase? Did like all these other places go, "Whoa, what the hell? What the hell is this?"
Right, they're gonna get all the Reddit traffic. It was pretty interesting. They said that even after the hour, their servers were rebuilding cache, and so like their databases were just getting slammed with requests because the cache wasn't built yet. So yeah, they're like, that was not fun.
I like here with their last thoughts when they say, "We at Reddit take downtime seriously, and we're sorry for the inconvenience that we caused. The silver lining is that in the process of restoring our systems, we completed a big milestone in our operation modernization that will help make development a lot faster and easier at Reddit." So pretty much saying, hey, all that for that 1 hour where you all was pulling out your hairs, we're sorry, but we're better for it. So screw you guys and read Reddit.
Basically. Sorry, not sorry.
Well, I'm looking at, someone made a horse in the comments, Lewis. And that's
drew a horse?
Yeah, with ASCII, with like ASCII text and
freaking Reddit.
Pitchfork, a train, a worm, the cow from Fuchsia. Actually, I think that's from, was it called Cutum or Moob? I don't know. I can't remember. A dog. Interesting. Anyway, so what's going on with GitHub and the White House?
Oh yeah, some more GitHub news. Last week, I'm not sure when it was. Might have been Thursday or Friday. The White House basically released some of their software on GitHub. It was surprising. So basically, you could see like how a lot of their systems are set up. I think specifically petitions.gov and I think whitehouse.gov. And going through that code.
Oh, Lewis, what's this? I'm looking at NSA spying on. No, I'm just messing with you.
Oh man, the internet would have been blowing up.
Exactly. I'm wondering,
quickly.
Is like Russia and China like, oh yes, what's this? Oh, let me go through these. Yes. Oh wait, this is pointless. This is useless. Oh, data centers. Oh, oh no.
I mean, probably. At the same time, it could be like not the most up to date version, or it could I don't know. People could like probably like get, like bug requests and stuff like that. Like, hey, this is broken. Hey, that's broken, etc., etc.
Pretty much, which also is going to lead in with the next topic in a bit about the whole key thing with the secure boot. But you know,
Oh, right.
yeah,
That's actually a perfect segue.
exactly.
Oh man. And speaking of security issues, oh man, Microsoft they kind of messed up.
Big time.
Yeah. So I don't know if you remember that Apple thing, the Apple iPhone thing with the San Bernardino shooter. The whole hey, Apple, give us a universal key to open this phone and then other phones
Mm-hmm.
thereafter. And Apple was like, no,
'Cause we're the good
no,
guys.
you don't know how many things that will ruin if we do like a universal key, because then you'll want to unlock this phone and that phone, and then basically everyone's phone will be tapped into. Well, Microsoft has a mechanism called Secure Boot that basically only lets software that was signed using Microsoft's what is it, signing key
Mm-hmm.
to actually boot the OS. But they accidentally leaked that, so basically that whole system is
Compromised.
in the garbage. Right. It's compromised.
I think even Edward Snowden had made a comment about this too, talking about like, and don't quote me on it because I was reading it a few days ago, but I believe he called like someone made a stupid mistake, and a lot of people were running with it saying, you know, a bunch of people at Microsoft had to be fired, like a bunch.
Yeah. Like apparently they when they were when the issue was brought up to them, they kind of said it's not a big deal, but then they like secretly snuck in like updates to like try to patch it up. But I mean, it's not really gonna help because now like the whole system's compromised. People have looked at it and said, yeah, even if Microsoft decides to remove this like security thing altogether or like revamp it, it would break so many things. Like if you have backup stored of like previous Windows versions, those would break if you try to re-import them. It'd break this, it'd break that, X, Y, and Z. So yeah, the NSA can basically just now install any software they want on the secure boot UEFI chips, or systems with the UEFI chips. So, in other words, look out for Linux distros that target the Windows tablets soon, because now they have the key.
It kind of hurts me personally because like I feel like Microsoft was doing so good, like not perfect, not the best, but they were doing so much better, so much better. And hello, Tommy Hare, glad to see you in the oh god, I'm horrible today, the chat section, and thank you for supporting the channel. Which we hit 484 subs today, so I'm actually like kind of surprised by that. Yeah. 500, here we come. But no, like Microsoft, they were doing so well in comparison to their previous years, and it's like the Olympics for technology. You know, they were coming in close, right behind Apple and Google and other places, and then like they just fumbled, they just failed, they ate pavement, and now they're like disqualified, and they're just.
Hey guys, check out the Zune. Hey guys, check out the Windows Phone.
That shit still. I'm sorry for my language, but that still pisses me off today because I feel like the Windows Phone had so much potential. Project Continuum. Oh, dude, they had. I mean, granted, they kind of took the idea from the Ubuntu phone, but I mean, great artists still, But they were so close to having this, to finally mixing their mobile and desktop platform, man. They were so close, and then like they just dropped mobile. I'm not sure by accident or on purpose, but they just dropped mobile. Like, oops.
Yeah, I think Microsoft quits its projects way too early, and I think because they have a reputation of doing that now, as various other projects, they kind of lose support.
Yeah,
they've lost mine. Just come on, man. I buy into your products and like you guys just discontinue them so quickly. The only
Yeah.
one I could say that has not been discontinued so far is the Xbox Series. They're still selling those little things like hotcakes.
Yeah, but even then, in Xbox universe, the Kinect kind of died.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot about the Kinect. Don't they now
Exactly.
give it away for free? I mean, bundle it like in the. I feel like that's Microsoft's approach to like increase numbers. Just give it away for free, like Windows 10.
I'm sorry, Microsoft. I don't mean for us to rag you because again, I love you all. You know, I have the Microsoft Surface book. I highly support the Surface lineup, but you guys seriously need to do better. But I mean,
I don't think we're gonna get sponsored from them.
we're not. It's too late. We already know we messed up. But no, it's like they're trying to be Google, and let's take a stab at Google right now, because Google has ended a bunch of their most loved projects. I mean, they're getting rid of Hangouts on Air, dude.
Hangouts on air? Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Because they're trying to push
Why?
everyone to using YouTube Live, and everyone's like, YouTube Live is for one thing, Hangouts on Air can be for another. You don't have to have them, but
Well, Hangouts on, yeah. Yeah, but then you could do so many cool effects on like
Yeah.
Hangouts. Yeah, Hangouts there. So they just strip out all that functionality basically.
And I'm not sure if they're going to move the Hangouts on Air into like a easier YouTube on Air type of thing, but because a lot of people, not a lot of, damn, I'm horrible today. Not everyone uses the software like we do with OBS for streaming and doing things, and with Hangouts on
Yeah.
Air, it made it easier for like the good old guys at Board at Work who use Hangouts on Air for their podcast, their live stream. They're giving one-to-one reaction to CW, Marvel, and DC stuff, and they use all the fancy effects and everything. Now they got to find something else to do. It's just really, really weird.
Yeah, I didn't think about that portion because yeah, you do need like some special software setup to set up YouTube Live. Yeah, damn.
But speaking of losses, the LCC loses a battle to allow local government to have their own Wi-Fi. Wait, what?
Yep. Oh wait, did I put Wi-Fi? I meant to just put internet.
Oh, okay.
But, yeah, probably would have been Wi-Fi.
Oh, you scared me, Lewis.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa, America's becoming the totalitarians.
Yeah, so basically like FCC was trying to like basically override state and local like constitutions to like allow local cities to like create their own ISPs to like compete with like the local businesses. Which I mean it's a double-edged sword,
Yeah.
I think. They're still trying to fight that, but it's interesting. It's interesting.
All I can think about right now is like the FCC, their team, like their staff, is playing a videotape to the staff, and it's the what's the name of that Schoolhouse Rock. I'm just a bill sitting on Capitol Hill. No, but 'cause I don't know. The FCC personally, the group within itself, they do things that make me go, guys, I love you. And then they turn around and do things like, oh my God, you're trying to seriously fuck us all up. Again, sorry with my language. I'll bleep it out in the Google Play version. But like, I don't know. So I don't know. I really don't, because
Yeah.
because again, you got AT&T, Comcast, and other douchebag,
Right.
But
right.
I don't know.
Like, would my city be a bigger douchebag? Would Phoenix, like, spy on every single packet I send? Like, I mean, the price would probably be cheaper so they could compete, with the businesses and actually have a chance. But, like, I don't know. I don't know if I trust the city of Phoenix with all the things I pipe through the internet.
Exactly.
I would have to, like, run heavy encryption. Personally.
VPNs everywhere. But like, it's like the same idea, and again, this is saying something that could happen from this, not will happen or would happen. But look at
Right.
Energy companies. You got people like Georgia Power, Alabama Power, Tennessee Power. You know, they're statewide energy companies, and they're not classified as a monopoly because, well, you know, Georgia Power doesn't provide power to other states. But within the state of Georgia, it's hard to find other power companies, and that kind of creates the possibilities for a lot of messed up things. I don't know. I feel like
Yep.
we're getting into like the political. We should be our state's, you know, senators or representatives or something. You know, Lewis for Arizona, Zane for Georgia. Make it happen.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, on the flip side, like, I mean, lots of people will have internet now because
Yeah.
it'll probably most likely be more affordable. They'll find a way to make it more affordable.
You know what?
It won't be a gigabit connection, but
You should get Oprah. You get internet. You get internet. You get internet. But no, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Internet providers will be thrilled with this ruling. Yeah, they will. They sure I mean they will. I mean, yeah. So excuse me. What's going on with the EFF, man?
oh man, so if Microsoft just Microsoft just isn't getting a break these past weeks, man. Like EFF called Microsoft out today actually in a blog post on their site. Basically, they're basically saying what everyone else has been hearing in the Microsoft echo chamber for Windows 10, that Windows 10 basically doesn't care about the user at all. They offer like very little privacy settings, very little security settings. Like, they
Yeah.
basically force Windows 10 on everyone. Kind of like the Connect, you know, they just go away for free, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're quoting sources, basically something like see this they linked this Reddit article in Africa, and basically I think their tablet that they use to get all sorts of information on location and stuff like that. Uh, where they live and their location, they pay per megabyte. And basically, since Windows 10, the
Force
upgrade
itself to
itself,
download. Yeah.
right, likes to download in the background, it downloaded itself. So that was 17 gigabytes.
Oh.
So yeah, they pay per megabyte.
I'm so
Yeah.
sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry, guy. Ah.
And on top of that, they're freaking out in the field because they're like, oh my god, if this thing restarts, it's just gonna be updating Windows for who knows how long, and we don't know where the poaches are at, and basically we could die. Thanks, Microsoft. If we die, there's gonna be blood on your hands.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
again, you know, Microsoft is probably like, they didn't even think about this. Of course, they didn't think about this, and they're just like, holy crap, more people are gonna get fired.
The story's a little dated. It's from about 2 months ago, but
Still, that's
it's just like you know the butterfly effect, like something like a simple an operating system like forcing itself on like a user's like device can have like a drastic effect like down the line.
exactly. Hell, okay, what I'm going to say is not going to be like a serious statement, but it would be funny, not really, if like Edward Snowden was basically outed and located because because you know how Windows 10 kind of use very similar peer-to-peer connections for utilizing other people's computers to speed up downloads for others.
Oh, yeah.
And they somehow found Edward Snowden because of that. And he's just like, thanks, Microsoft. That would be hilarious. Not really. It's only funny because it hasn't happened.
Does Edward Snowden still use computers? I don't know if he does use computers. I feel like he's just like off the grid entirely. He just has someone else use the computer for him.
Yeah, it'd be really hard that it like I'd rather be in jail with the computer. Not really. I hope people can understand the sarcasm in my voice, because I know I don't always get it across that easily. But no, I don't know. He should have a beard by now, like one of those wilderness guys' beards. Crazy eyes, broken glasses.
Something like that. I mean, if the government was chasing me, I mean, it's just the formal attire for that, right?
Let's hope. So what's this about a Bitcoin site being hacked?
Oh yeah, man. So Bitcoin. If you go to bitcoin.org, basically you could download their client, make a wallet, start collecting your Bitcoins, yada yada yada. Basically, they have like a little red banner right now on their site on bitcoin.org that's basically saying, before we launch 1.3.0 version, or sorry, not 1.3.0, I believe it's 0.13.
Yeah.
They're saying that they have evidence, or strong evidence at least, that they might get DDoS and hacked, and the site might get flipped, basically, when they first launch their new clients, because they believe that other governments are getting pissed at this decentralized currency, and they basically want to stop their project.
See, before you even continue, like I was about to make a joke saying, how much you want to bet it's like the government from different countries, including the USA, but like no, that's actually right on the nail.
Yeah,
Wow.
then around their post they say like specifically like Chinese like users like be very careful because they think like the attack will most likely come from China if it comes from somewhere. So yeah, they have a little link on there. It's telling you how you could personally verify if the new Bitcoin version that you download from the site is actually theirs or not.
A fake
But
imposter-esque thing.
right, they said
Eh.
they're not even going to be able to like to mitigate it because what they're just a small operation, so they won't be able to like stand a chance against this.
Yeah, but you know what? Like, I want to give them a round of applause because, damn, guys, the fact that they're trying to get ahead of it, warn as many people as possible,
Right.
show people how to avoid possible security breaches and staying validated about what they're using. I mean, just applause because oftentimes,
Right.
especially when people are so small in terms of companies and groups and organizations, they flip out because they don't know what to do because they can't fight up against it, so they just usually stay quiet. Team viewer. Excuse me.
uh, yeah.
So yeah, I mean, like, it's no surprise to me that Bitcoin.org and these guys are trying to get ahead of it, but just a round of applause for these guys, man. Yeah,
Oh, that's what they released. They're letting you download their key right now,
yeah,
so you could basically check the fingerprint on this key and then on the new key that comes out.
very interesting.
Yeah. Neat.
I know, like, speaking of like the Chinese governments and services and whatnot, getting into things. There's actually a browser that it's been a while for it's not been a while, it's been around for a while. Again, I'm horrible, I'm sorry. It's been a long day, it's been a long week. I apologize for my absent-mindedness, but I believe it's called, was it Hackthon or
Not
Maxthon?
Vivaldi. Oh, Maxthon. Yeah,
Yeah,
Maxthon. Yeah.
it's a browser that was made, I believe, in China. But
Oh, really? Huh.
I think, don't quote me on it, but all I know is because there's a YouTuber who I subscribe to who recently did a video ad about it, and so apparently there's some news that suggests that the Maxthon's browser is sending data to Chinese servers that is basically your sensitive information, and so
Oh, wonderful.
exactly. So everyone's like, oh, no. Browsers do this all the time because it's like services. Yeah. But it's like, no. Even if you click opt out, there's evidence to suggest that they still send that sensitive information anyway. And not just like metadata or like your search habits. So, basically ad stuff. Like sensitive data about like where you're going to log in, possibly keyloggers. It's a lot of stuff going on
Oh.
there. Yeah. And again,
Oh.
there's not 100% concrete evidence. All they know is that there's information that's being sent to Chinese services and servers and databases, even when the user opts out. and people are still trying to find out everything about it. So I just wanted to make a clear distinction ahead of time. You may not want to use the Maxthon's browser right now. Just wait, or at least wait for more information to come out about it. So
Nice. That's a good warning. I feel like we have a lot of security things going on like this week that we're announcing.
exactly. I should have added like a lock to the God, I'm horrible today. The screen icon image thing. But either way, I want to move over to gaming and Konami. You know who Konami is,
Woo.
right?
Up, down, left, right. A, B. Right?
I mean, yeah, that's the Konami code. But no, they're like generally the guys who, or beforehand, the company that was behind the Metal Gear series. You know, Metal Gear Solid, Solid 2.
Yeah.
So, what was the third one? Snake Eater, 4, 5, Phantom Pain, Grounds. They're all that good stuff that was basically spearheaded by the crazy Asian man himself, Hideo Kojima. So if you haven't known lately, Kojima has left Konami, not on good terms.
Oh.
I mean, it's in terms of the gaming community, especially fans of the Konami games and fans of Kojima. They kind of, the fans are mad at Konami for getting rid of Kojima, right? And
they got rid of him? Oh.
they didn't fire him, but because it's like the Japanese culture, you know, they don't like to fire people. They like to keep them and make sure they stay healthy and everything. So what they did was they kind of put him on leave and then kind of forced him to resign and leave. But it's a different culture. That's all I'll say about that. But
Gotcha.
a lot of people were mad at Konami for this, but at the same time, I kind of also can't blame Konami, because if you read up on the stories, and if they're true, I don't know how much credibility and validity that the stories are, but you know, there's stories saying that Kojima had constantly pushed back dates, constantly withheld deadlines, basically causing the company a lot of money. Even though he made a lot of money back with the Metal Gear series and their games, it was still such big dips in the short run that it caused problems for other areas of Konami, and they just could not keep it going and refused to have that same path and that same pattern continue. So they was like, yeah, you need to leave. So while I do hate to see Kojima leave Konami, I understand why. I'm not going to give them a lot of flack for that. Besides, Kojima has already made his own gaming development studio called Kojima Studios, I think. Something else, I can't remember.
Nice.
But what I want to talk about today specifically with Konami is they're now kind of milking the Metal Gear series. So they released a trailer for their new game, Metal Gear Survival, or Metal Gear Survive. And essentially what it is Metal Gear 5 at the end, but they create an alternate timeline for where a black hole portal rip tear in the fabric of time and space opens and pulls some of the people from the main universe into this alternate universe where there are like these zombie biological things with like red spikes coming out of their heads, and it's like this horror survival game now. And it doesn't look bad, but it's like, dude, Metal Gear was Kojima's thing. I get it. You want to milk the franchise to make some money, but this is like, what the hell, guys? What the actual hell?
Hey, intern, do you have any ideas for a game? Yeah, of course I do. And then just like, write down all the intern's ideas.
How about we take Metal Gear and we just create this random ass portal in the sky that sucks a few people into an alternate dimension. Have you been watching Americans Marvel and DC comic book stuff again? No. Have you been watching Doctor Who? No. Yeah. It's crazy.
So does Kojima have any rights now to like anything that he created while he was at Konami? Or I'm guessing not, right?
See, I don't think he has enough rights to say that that's his game and they can't do anything with it. I'm pretty sure it's still majority under Konami. But I think he may
Mhm.
still get royalties and paid for their projects with Metal Gear Solid.
That's funny.
At least I hope so. For his sake.
At least.
Yeah. But that's actually kind of it for the gaming news. There wasn't much today aside from things like the South Park game Fractured Butthole had a new trailer released, gameplay of Titanfall 2 beta, but it's skipping PC, so the PC community is getting pissed off about that.
Like always.
Exactly. Um, the creator of No Man's Sky is continually to be put in the spotlights of media, where he is being called out on even more quote unquote lies. Because 1 week ago he stated that every update to No Man's Sky in the future will be simple patches. There weren't going to be any paid DLCs for major expansions. And then yesterday he's like, yeah, I was a bit naive to make statements about expansions. So yeah, we may have to pay, or have to charge for these expansions. And it's like at this point, dude, he just needs to to stay quiet,
He's just getting chewed up.
Yeah, man.
Uh,
Because again, I like No Man's Sky. It's not a perfect great game, but for what it is, an exploring, space traveling, exploration game, it's fun. It's simple, it's pure, it's fun, and I know updates are coming later on. It's fine, but there is an issue with Sean Mori. I know how to pronounce his last name. Going off in the handle with all these passionate things like, oh, I'm gonna do this and this is gonna have this, and being like, okay, actually, I was wrong. It's like, no, if you do not know for certain, just stay quiet. Just shush. Shh.
It's more and more things keep coming out of that game. Curious to see what they come up with next week.
Exactly. So, Lewis,
Uh-huh.
you saw Suicide Squad, didn't you?
Oh, yeah. I just saw it yesterday.
What you think about it? Tell me about it. Tell me what you think.
What I think about it?
Yeah.
First thought, I was like, wow, they rushed this thing. That was my first thought. Like, it felt like they introduced all the every member of the Suicide Squad.
Mm.
But then I felt like the basis for the main plot happened in let's say maybe 15 or 20 seconds. Like the whole conflict was it became in 10 or 15 seconds. And then it just spun off, and it was rushed. Was it a good movie? I thought it was all right. Will Smith definitely my favorite, but I kind of already knew that going in because I like Will Smith and I like Deathshot, and then so they put them together. It's like, okay, it's gonna be very difficult for you guys to screw this up. So they didn't screw that up. So I like that.
Good.
Definitely like the whole revamp of some of the characters. For instance, Harley, she wasn't wearing her usual outfit. She was wearing a different costume. Which I think was an interesting take on it. I don't hate it.
Yeah.
And then the Joker, yeah.
Did you like him or did you hate him?
See, I like the Dark Knight Joker.
Heath Ledger's, yeah.
Better, right? Heath Ledger. What was this one called? Who was the actor for this guy again?
Jared Leto.
Jared Leto. There you go. I wasn't a huge fan of him. My girlfriend kind of convinced me otherwise. She was like, "Yeah, but he's more of a good skinny crazy what is it, Joker? He's like Joker in a different kind of sense. He gets the whole demented part right." So she was trying to convince me okay. But oh, that's my dog. I still think the Dark Knight Dark Knight Joker gets the whole just crazy part down to a T. Just the way he speaks, the way he walks, the way he just carries himself throughout the whole film. I just think he nails it. He just nails it.
I can see that. So let me ask you, out of the entirety of the film, what kind of rating would you have given it?
And I've given it I'd probably I'd probably give it a 6, but I feel like that'll change if I go see the DVD version because I feel like that'll include most of the uncut stuff, and that might bump it up to a 7 or to an 8.
I
Because right now
definitely agree
the
with that.
theater version is just, I don't know.
I kind of had the same inkling about it, because again, as someone who loved the BVS is like, you know, a rating of 8 to me. The Ultimate Edition, if we were doing the decimal, 8.5, but we're not, so still 8. For me, Suicide Squad was a solid 7. As an overall movie, like not just talking about the superhero genre, I would give it a 6.
Uh-huh.
6, you know, still within 6 or 7. In terms of like Joker for me, I really do like Heath Ledger's Joker, and I'm gonna break into a little bit of the DC lore here for a moment. So,
Alright.
with the Joker's character, from the beginning of his origins, like going through Adam West, you know, what's his name? Not Keith Sutherland, that's the guy from Metal Gear. Damn, I forget his name. He's considered the old time great Batman actor. With him and jeez, it's not Tommy Lee Jones because I keep getting those actors mixed up. Anyway, though. There's a wide range of versions of Joker. You have the super psychotic Joker, you have the mobster Joker, the gangster Joker, the anarchist Joker, and then currently right now in the comic books is this sort of kind of mix between the psychotic Joker with the anarchist Joker. Heath Ledger played the anarchist Joker. He was by himself, wanted anarchy. That was his like main goal. Jared Leto's Joker is a mix between the mob, thug, and psychotic Joker. So if you notice his goons and how they were able to, spoiler alert for anyone who hasn't seen Suicide Squad yet, you know, hunt or track down the guy who worked at Belle Reeves, grab him back and pull him to the kitchen.
Right.
You know, and then later on towards the end when he breaks into Belle Reeves and breaks Harley out, Belle Reeves is not a simple prison. So they're showing you how his power on the underground, you know, criminal circuit is massive.
Right.
And that's what I enjoyed most about it. I wanted to see more of Joker. I understand about the whole cuts. I get it. It's a Suicide Squad movie. You didn't have to have Joker in and everything. I still wanted more Joker. I like Jared Leto. I still do like Heath a little bit more, but Jared Leto I think will replace him for me personally in future movies. But
Yeah, my girlfriend definitely brought up something that I could agree with. She said, I'd probably like Leto better if they kind of just made like a movie just for like with him and like maybe Harlequin, like just being in it, you know, just like a Joker movie, like a good old school like Batman and Joker movie. Like okay, like maybe that would change my mind.
Well, Lewis, if you did not know, there's actually a solo Batman movie in development, right?
Oh, really?
And it's rumored. It's not confirmed. There's no evidence so far, but it's heavily speculated because of all the hints. Because remember I told you a while ago that if you were a big comic book buff, you would see all the nods and Easter eggs.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of nods were made to Jason Todd. And you know who Jason Todd is?
I just forgot. Who's Jason Todd again?
Jason Todd was the second Robin who was killed by Joker. And in the comic books, he was brought back to life in the Lazarus Pit. If you watched the Arrow TV show, right?
Yes.
You remember how they had Ra's al Ghul bring back or healed Green Arrow in the Lazarus Pit or something? Same mechanic. So he took Jason Todd's dead body, brought him back to life. Jason Todd snaps. He dons the Joker's first original criminal mantle, the Red Hood. Returns, start messing with Nightwing, who's the first Robin who became his own superhero. Started messing with Batman, and then kidnaps the Joker, beats him with a crowbar like Joker did him, and waits for Batman to show up and have this whole climactic, you know, confrontation. And the Joker is like, "Oh, we raised him so perfectly," and then Jason Todd smacks him with the crowbar again. So everyone assumes that the standalone Batman movie will be about the Red Hood, Jason Todd coming back, because in BVS there was a Robin suit with the Joker spray paint that said, "You let your family die." I mean, no, the joke's on you, ha ha ha. And apparently from David Ayer, the director of Suicide Squad, said that one of the scenes that were removed from Suicide Squad was Joker talking about his grill, the metal in his teeth.
Yeah.
That's not there for show.
Oh.
Batman butchered his face after he killed Robin. So those are there for like teeth repairment.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
So-
See, I always thought I was like, okay, he's a mobster, you know, trying to pull off like all that stuff with his bling. You know, I was like, okay, I get what he's going for.
Yeah. But anyway, enough of DC stuff. I will say this. I saw Sausage Party. It was amazing. Like Lewis, it's amazing.
The Sausage Party is great.
Yes.
I heard it's like just a lot of innuendos, and they're kind of like the funny innuendos, not the like, oh, that's, yeah, okay, kind of innuendos.
It is. Like, the writing is not a fan, because it's a movie that's meant to make you laugh and feel violated by dirty jokes. And it does. And oh my god, does it so in the beginning it goes from like 0 to 80 really quickly. And then towards the third act of the movie, it goes from 80 to 500. That's all I'll say. If you go see it, I do the ending. Oh my god. Oh, that's all I'll say. That's all I'll say. But moving on to Marvel news. Remember last week when I told you about the problems going on in Marvel, or with Marvel rather?
Yep.
So some more stuff is coming to light. Some of it not bad. Some of it is bad. Some of it is just kind of like, it's okay, but meh. So there's an actress by the name of Nat Portman, or Portman, also known, or her first name is actually Natalie. I call her Nat because, you know, it's what I do. I know her personally. No, not really. I don't. But she played
Black Widow.
No. She's played Thor's love interest.
Wait, no? Didn't she play like Black Widow in the Avengers?
That's Scarlett Johansson.
Oh, oh.
Yeah, I'm talking about Natalie Portman.
Hot.
Yeah. But no, she's somehow she may not return to any future Marvel Cinematic Universe projects. And if you don't know, so did you ever see Thor or Thor 2, Thor 1 or 2?
I saw Thor 1, not Thor 2.
It was his love interest, the girl who was like, oh, you know, with the best friend and everything.
Right, the one that was exploring. I remember now. Yeah.
And okay, so this is one of the things that a lot of fans were divided on. You know, personally, I loved her as Jane. She was amazing. I think they made her character stronger than usual. You know, Jane Foster is a character that in the comic books, after the whole universe colliding thing, she becomes Thor for a while. I mean, her name isn't, well, they call her Thor because it's a title, but she wields Mjolnir later on in the comic books when Thor becomes unworthy again and picks up his axe from the past. But so anyway. And I personally, I love the Jane Foster character. It's and a lot of people did not. And I remember before it was becoming a big issue with fans saying, "Oh, they're using her for this, they're using her for feminist agendas," and I'm just like, "Oh, go screw yourself." But you know, apparently she's not being cast for any future MCU films, and that kind of disappoints me because I feel like she was a really strong character for the Thor franchise.
So what's this thing about her being upset with Marvel? Like, where does that come from?
Well, she herself isn't. Well, it's kind of hard to tell because, you know, when she makes her public statement, she's very professional. Her quote was, "As far as I know, I'm done." I mean, I don't know if maybe one day they'll ask for Avengers 7 or whatever. I have no idea. But as far as I know, I'm done. That was all a great thing to be a part of. So apparently they're saying that when she said it, it came off as in she's trying to be professional, but you can tell that she's agitated by not being asked back. She was told beforehand that she was only going to be used for the first 2 Thor movies and, you know, in the Avengers 1 movie. But she was hoping that they would say, "Oh yeah, we're gonna bring you back for so and so," but they haven't. Doesn't mean they won't. But because everyone else is getting called back, you know, constantly and having these long yearly contracts, she just kind of feels left out. I'm not gonna put any words in her mouth though, because, you know, she can talk for herself. But I mean, I'm kind of with her and the fans who are upset about this because I think she's a great character, and I think there's a lot of room for them to do a lot of great things with her, you know, with it. So we'll see. What is a lot of negative news though is again with the whole bickering between the Marvel cinematic universe and the Marvel TV universe with the whole creative committee, and now you have people like the director of Guardians of the Galaxy saying that yeah, it actually might not happen. So I don't know how to feel about that. Personally, I feel like
Yeah,
go ahead.
I was gonna say, yeah, the way the Marvel rights are, it's so weird. Like, someone has the rights to like Daredevil, someone else has the rights to Spider-Man, so only they can make Spider-Man films. X, Y, and Z has Marvel or has rights to the Avengers. It's just the way it's all split up. It's
What's
man, just
that's not
contracts.
that's not even like really the issue anymore because for the most part of the Marvel properties they got most of them back. So Daredevil is actually back with Marvel. Punisher, is with Marvel. Everything except for like Spider-Man, Fantastic Four, X-Men, and I think some of the extended universe stuff like the Skrull because that's still with Fox as well. But no, so like what's really the issue is the Marvel studio within itself has these has these committees where one guy says I don't like the movie guy's direction, and the movie guy direction goes I don't like the TV guy's direction. And you got the creative committee going I don't like these characters. I don't want to see them on the big screen. So they're bickering about who their favorite characters are and who they want to see done properly. That they refuse to let things cross over because then it'll snowball and gain traction. It got to the point where one of the billionaires had even canceled the comic books because he didn't like the way that one of the writers were doing the characters because he hated the character. And I'm just like, wow. The one thing that fans want, they're not getting because of stupid bickering arguments.
Guess you just don't want their characters known that way because of the movies and the TVs. More people just read those and watch those, or watch those and read those.
Yeah. Because you even have right here, the director of Guardians of the Galaxy says, I don't think we're going to see much interaction between the Marvel TV universe and the MCU in the near future. But then again, you have the guy who runs the Marvel TV series and universes, and his name is Jeff Loeb, says, it's all connected, don't worry. And he continues to say that over and over and over and over. But evidence shows like it is connected, sure, but we may not see anything more than just mentions here and there.
Oh man, politics.
Yeah. And other sad news is that the comic books for Marvel Civil War 2, the battle between Tony Stark and Captain Marvel, is being delayed and then later expanded. And I don't know how I feel about this because personally I like the beginning and middle of Civil War 1 and I've so far enjoyed most of Civil War 2. But it seems like this expansion may be caused due to disagreements in how they want things to move and be directed. So the whole guise of being delayed and then expanded, maybe we're delaying it so we can change some stuff and quote unquote add some more. And I don't. Cortana, go away, please.
They're just Cortana. They just you so much.
Yeah.
So much.
And with the last positive news, the really, really good news is we got the first poster of Spider-Man Homecoming. And man, it looks fantastic.
Spider-Man Homecoming, what's that?
It's the standalone Spider-Man film that's coming out.
Huh.
Yeah. So, I mean, as you know, I had a big issue with, well, I won't say a big issue. I love seeing Tom Holland Spider-Man in Civil War, but I did feel like there was really no need for it other than it's cool and hyping up his solo movie, which is totally fine. I just hate when other people complain about other stuff in other movies with the same situation. But no, like, the poster looks amazing. Still don't know how I feel about his suit. Too many black lines, but I'm down with the sickness.
So this is gonna be its own series, right?
Well, it's a part of the MCU, but it's like the partnership between Sony and Marvel. It's yeah. So here's the funny thing. Sony says it's still, it's still their property, so they're still like getting a lot of billing and marketing for it as well.
Hmm.
But based on the information that's out there, they're not doing a damn thing other than saying we own part of Spider-Man. So they're making money simply by letting Marvel do a movie for Spider-Man.
Oh joy,
Pettiness,
good old
man.
property rights.
Exactly. Oh. But that's what we're gonna end it with the entertainment section. Again, highly recommend go see Sausage Party. I still say I recommend Suicide Squad for a C. I will say if you're worried about the DCEU in comparison to the MCU, think about it like this: the DCEU has 3 movies, and so far at this very moment, the first 3 DCEU movies have done better than the first 3 MCU movies. So compare them for beginnings to beginnings, not from the beginnings to where the MCU is now, movies down the road. So, and as for the MCU, hold out hope. Email the Marvel committee team and tell them you want to see that damn crossover because we need to see Punisher in a goddamn Marvel movie. Jeez, make it happen. You know, have some sponsors.
Just have them all.
Enjoy losing a bunch of time searching Amazon for various gadgets and gizmos and trinkets and bobs and bits. Well, wouldn't you enjoy an extra $5 towards your Amazon account? Or if you have a mobile phone, either Android or iPhone, you can use our link to log into the Amazon app for the first time and get an extra $5. If you want to support Essence of Zen, I highly recommend you do this. It doesn't hurt. All you have to do is click the link and follow the 2 instructions. If you are eligible for the extra $5, it will be added to your Amazon credits. So give it a shot. You're helping us out and you're also getting an extra $5 in your pockets. And we're back live. I hope you all enjoyed the single ad instead of the double ad. I know it doesn't make much of a difference because they were still stuck in silence. But the reason why there was only one ad is because I didn't have time to film the second ad that Amazon wanted me to do about their Fire Amazon tablets. You can go ahead and purchase the Fire Amazon Tablet Kit Edition over at Amazon.com. It's recognized has a 3-year guaranteed lifespan for your children. Get it now because I believe it's like 25 to 50% off. Check it out. Yeah.
I bet I could break it.
So Lewis,
So me.
do you want to know? Well, do you know what is amazing?
What's amazing, Dave?
Mathematicians.
Oh yeah, the people who make the road for us to walk on.
Indeed, the ones who are known as warlocks. Well, no, if programmers are known as wizards, what are mathematicians? Warlocks. I mean,
Yeah, they're much level higher.
yeah. So yeah, we call them warlocks. But what's even more important, or not necessarily, I don't want to say more important, but what I would like to recognize and give validation to why this is important is the many women in the STEM fields that started back in the 1800s, going up to the 1900s and further to push for women's rights and women's push to have acceptance in positions and mathematics fields and engineering and science and etc. One situation being that of, yes, I turned into William Shatner. Harvard computers. Now, Lewis, before people interrupt me saying, what do computers at Harvard have to do with anything about women's rights? Because they're just machines with keyboards and mice and monitors. No, Lewis, no, they're wrong. They are wrong. The Harvard computers, yeah, they're wrong. They're wrong.
But were the Harvard computers insane? Weren't they IBMs?
Well, you know what? No, I'm not gonna. Let's not make a joke about an important topic. No. No, the Harvard computers was a series of women who were the actual human living computers charged with like the lead of the team, Edward Pickering, because you know during this time you still had to have a male lead or a leader to organize said women because it's what the time back then. But the Harvard computers were a bunch of women, that being Henrietta Swan Leavitt, Annie Jump Cannon, and Wilhelmina Fleming, and I do believe Antonia Maury. I believe there's also more that followed suit after, but they were basically a team of women that could calculate amazing algorithms, equations, problems, situations, basically living computers. And they did it efficiently, effectively, and changed the shape of Harvard to, like, from then to today. And I just wanted to give a shout out because I know a lot of women out there who are, you know, personally that I know, who are intimidated about getting into science. And I say, if you want to go for it, go for it. You can do it. Don't let anyone stop you. Look back into the 1800s and 1900s, where these women in horrible, horrible times for women's rights had did this and became legends. It's amazing. I feel like I'm giving a pep talk like at a movie. Should be an actor.
It's cool stuff. It's back in a time where you'd basically have to give or they would basically give people a calculation to do. If you just walked around and here you go, here's your answer. Very cool.
Yeah.
Very, very cool.
And what's even more amazing is
the mind for that.
They weren't burned at the stake for being women who could do math. Yes.
I would say that's the best part.
It's a joke, but also kind of serious. Now, again, this is kind of a lot further after the times of being called a witch for a woman doing math, but the joke is saying that men overreacted to the women's intelligence. I mean, Lois, there were times where men would say if women studied anything, if they read books, math, science, anything, their ovaries would dry up. That's how crazy. I'm not gonna. But what's also even more amazing, in my opinion, or again, I don't use the term more amazing. What is also amazing is that they're making a movie
Mhm.
for the Katherine Johnson movement, and it's being played by Taraji Henson, who's an amazing actress. I love her. So if you don't know, Catherine, I hate to say her last name because it's very weird because it's like I'm not saying Johnson. I believe it's actually like Jamieson, Jamieson. I think. Let me.
Jameson?
I think. Give me a second, real quick. No. Oh, come on, inverse. Don't give me this melding crap. No, it is Johnson. Where did I get Jameson from? There's someone else who I was trying to make note of. Anyway, Katherine Johnson was a black mathematician who at a young age was basically considered a prodigy and genius. During this time where it was hard for any African American, let alone an African American woman to get an education, many of which who would not see education past, the 8th grade, which back then is different from the current 8th grade, she graduated college, I believe, at the age of 18. And then she was later put into a science area. I forget where at, but she was basically being put under a glass ceiling, especially even for that time. And then NASA needed help with the whole moon launch and the moon landing. And they say, we need a mathematician who's able to get this stuff right. And they could not find anybody until they came across Catherine, who basically out-math everybody before her. And so NASA brings her in, they hire her, and they put her with a team of women workers because, again, sexism and racism, the women were not allowed to work with the men in the same area, so they kept them separated. But then, even within that pocket, they had separated the white women between the black women. So it was even more segregated until, again, Catherine was the only one who could do the most crucial calculations and mathematics to make sure that almost had a brain fart. Neil Armstrong is the first man on the moon, right? Neil Armstrong, right?
Yes.
Okay, because I always get confused because there's Neil Armstrong and then the biker who took or who was juicing. What's
Yes,
his name?
that's Louis Armstrong.
Louis Armstrong. How did I forget Louis Armstrong?
Yes,
Your name is
yes.
Louis.
No, I was confusing too.
Okay.
Armstrong, the biker, and then Armstrong, yeah.
But yes, to make sure that he was able to land on the moon and not get stranded and to not die. And it was her math that basically pulled everything together. And she's only now getting recognition. I mean, she got recognition in the past few years after Obama became president and gave her an award for her service back then. But she's like 80-something now, an amazing woman. I'm glad she got the recognition while she is still living. So in my eyes, she is a bona fide living legend.
That's the important part, that you get recognized while you're still alive. Because, everyone gets recognized when they're dead. It's like, oh yeah, I remember that one guy. It's actually pretty cool. Huh. Where is he? I don't know. He's probably dead.
Could you imagine, like, if there's an afterlife? I'm not going to get into any arguments about, because I said if. But where you have people like Da Vinci, Nikola Tesla, and they're just like, you lucky people got recognition while you were still alive. Like, I got my recognition years after.
Right.
Exactly. But so yeah, again, if you're a woman out there in STEM, keep it up and don't let anyone tell you what you can or what you cannot do. Personally, I don't think there's any type of greaterness or lesser than this in terms of the genders. I believe it's all of a social construct and a social culture. So you go out and you do you. You do you, boo. But yeah, that...
No, man.
you don't need no man. You're a strong, independent mathematician. But no, that's really gonna wrap up most of the podcast for today. What's been going on at Essence of Zen? You might have not asked, but I'm gonna tell you anyway. Shredded Bullet, who you may know is a new member over at Essence of Zen, is actually working on a gaming project. We'll have more information about this coming out within the week, possibly that of next week, so stay tuned to the blog, the website, and the YouTube channel. We also reached 484 subscribers as of to date. I'm pretty sure we're going to lose 1 or 2 since then, and hopefully gain 3 or 4 afterwards. So keep helping us push to 500. We're going to start the Patreon at 500. We're going to keep trying to give you what you want and give you what you need. some good old-fashioned Kernel 11 care and lovingness.
Woo!
So, Lewis, is there anything that you want to say as we get ready to sign off for the night?
I love you all.
Lewis, you are so damn nice. You are like the knight of all knights.
I am. I am vengeance.
You're
I am
Batman.
I am Batman.
I jumped the gun and kind of ruined that, but yeah, I see where you were going with it. Oh, well, guys, everybody out there, thank you all for listening. Sorry for the awkwardness in this episode. I believe Lewis is also exhausted. I'm exhausted. Doing a lot of moving this week. Got classes starting back up pretty soon. I gotta help someone move tomorrow. Yeah. And I had an interview today. So, yay!
Yeah.
People, learn SQL. Learn it.
Yes, I need to do that.
So anyway, we'll see you all next week, Wednesday, 10 o'clock at night, Essence to Zen. I did not say Essence to Zen After Dark in the beginning of the podcast, did I? I don't think I did.
I don't think you did.
Damn it!
Well, we said it now.
Exactly, that's what matters. We'll see you all next week, as well as Sundays, Path of Exile, twitch.tv/EoZ, Sundays, 3:30 Eastern Time. Remember it, schedule it, put it on your calendar. I don't think there's any. I'm trying to remember anything I need to say before I leave, because I do that whole one more thing, you know. I don't want to do that. So, yeah. Oh, the forum has been updated. It looks a lot nicer. Yep. So yeah. See you all next week. But until then, as always, take care.